Hi guys, how you doing today?
Great.
So do you mind sharing your names? What's your name?
I'm Hanifa. Yolanda.
I'm Brian.
Brian. All right, so your first time on the tour. So how did you guys find out about the tour firstly?
I found out through her.
Same.
So I called your offices and spoke to your assistant, and she told me she called me back and told me I should definitely come on the tour today. So we're here.
So what does a tour mean? If you call me and say go on a tour, I'm like, tour? I'm not in New York. I'm not in Manhattan. What is this rubbish? So what kind of inspired you to kind of think, let me come out at, what time is it, 8:30 at night and look at homes?
She told me I was coming to see multi-family units.
So we are first-time homeowners,
Okay.
and we are getting into the investing business.
Okay.
We just purchased our first homes this year in June.
May and June.
May and June. So we just closed on that process, and we have tenants and everything like that. So now we're looking on to the next business venture. So this is why it was very appealing to us when we said tour, because we're definitely trying to get into the multifamily market.
Excellent. So do you mind telling us about that previous transaction? What was it like for you and what did you invest in?
We invested in single-family homes, actually, in New Mexico. And a lot of people will say, do not do a single-family home as your first home, but that's only if you're going to live in it.
Okay.
If you're going to rent it out, then you're fine. We actually got lucky in the home buying process because we had someone who had over 30 years of experience kind of show us the ropes and show us what to look for, how to understand the market, how to understand taxes and tenants and your rights. So we kind of got lucky in that. So we had like a crash course into home.
Right, and the connections that he has with he's an economic developer
Okay.
for this city of Los Lunas,
Okay.
and in New Mexico, and he gave us a lot of connections out there as well. And we got our homes for pretty low for the neighborhood that it's in.
And really high rents.
High rents as well. So he really set us up. So we got lucky with that.
Excellent. So tell us why the next move for multifamily? So you've changed your strategy, and why have you gone for this strategy?
My initial strategy was multifamily.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, for all of us, we just got in where we fit in the first time.
Yeah, it was like get your feet wet a little bit, start. And his biggest thing to us was you need to get cash flow going in.
That's right.
So that's what inspired us to get single family homes because he was more experienced at that. And also in the market where he is, single family homes are more appealing to people.
They're selling like
versus
hotcakes in New
multifamily.
Mexico. It's pretty crazy.
Excellent. So for the guys that are watching this, they're probably thinking you guys are millionaires, billionaires. Going to New Mexico and scooping up homes and cash flowing and then rolling back to New Jersey, and we didn't talk about Georgia yet, so they're probably thinking, what's going on here? So do you mind divulging a little bit about yourself business-wise, what you do, or just a little bit of information, not too personal, but because you guys are very knowledgeable.
So for me, I'm definitely not a millionaire. I actually work in customer service as a living. I just was really smart with money. Fortunately for me, I was really smart with money. Self-taught, didn't go to any financial experts and learn how to do it. It's just all trial and error, self-taught. Wanted to understand money as a resource versus something that's a necessity. I mean, it is a necessity, but you have to understand it as a tool and how to use money.
I moved the blocks around.
Bam, there you go.
And so for my husband and I, we are newly kind of married. We got married right before the pandemic hit.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And so we are kind of finding a way to cash flow, and he kind of brought it to me. He's been doing he's really good with research, and we are heavy Audible listeners.
Okay.
So we kind of just like dove into a whole bunch of audiobooks on the processes and how it works with being a new homeowner. And how to maximize profits and how to get that cash flow. Also, YouTube's your friend.
YouTube University.
YouTube University.
There you go.
So we have, we're still learning. So we're at the point in our lives where we're just like, dive in. Let's do it.
Fantastic. So what was your experience on the tour today? So you met me at the first home. What was you expecting, and what was your kind of experience going through the tour today?
So when I step into things, I don't have any expectation.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to be let down. But it was a really good experience because it gave me an idea of how multi-unit investing works in an area where I'm from.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I bought a house in New Mexico, but I'm from New York, New Jersey, born and raised. Also live in Georgia right now, so it's a little bit weird. I'm just like...
Nomadic. She's a nomadic.
So it's interesting to see how multi-family units work in the area where I'm from. And then I also see that my area is being gentrified, and I'd rather it be homes bought up by people that look like me who are from this area versus outsiders who don't really understand the culture and dynamics.
Okay, excellent. So what was your experience of the tour today?
Experience was good. I've been looking at multi-families in Newark. It's definitely refreshed that just by actually physically being out here. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. Quite sure my wife enjoyed it. And
Yeah, the thing about doing your research and looking at videos and listening to audiobooks and reading books and all of that stuff, you're not gonna learn until you go out there and do it yourself. We went out
theory into practice.
Exactly. So in New Mexico, when we went out there, we just went there and did all of our renovations with my uncle. We brought my uncle out there, who's a contractor.
Wow.
Got dirty every day. Taught us a lot of things, what to look for, and that's what we're doing here. We're basically being able to use that same practice on the multi-family home tour, and we're able to look at certain things and know what doesn't work and what works. So that's a really good way to see that come true.
So tell us about the best home you saw today and the worst home you saw today.
Oh man.
The best home I saw is actually one that's not finished yet.
Yep, that's my favorite too.
Because it has a lot of potential, and you can see the potential in it. And there's a lot of room and a lot of growth in something that's not yet done. I mean, it's a little scary, but as long as you can see the end road or the end goal.
And I think all of our worst was the one that was it was unfinished as well, but you could kind of see the amount of work that needs to be done, and you could see the upkeep of the property just wasn't kept pretty well. It wasn't to the owner's best ability. It was almost as if he may have some tenant issues as well, which was you can kind of tell that the love wasn't there in how he was treating that property. And so he could have done better, basically. So.
Okay. So if you were on the other side of this camera, what advice would you give to the individuals that are listening to this video today?
Do your research and put theory into practice.
Excellent.
For me, I would say, don't hesitate. Just do it, and most of the time when you put your foot in the door, it's basically a domino effect, and everything will just start coming to you, and you'll understand how the process works, and then you'll be able to also mentor other people.
Excellent. So one last, Brian, your audience.
Don't make no money.
Yeah, I'll pretty much say, if you're comfortable, stay that way. That's beautiful. That's for you. If you're not, then you gotta get out there and look for financial freedom.
Excellent. All right, well, thank you very much for your time. I'm looking forward to helping you. I'm glad that you took the step of coming out today. I know it's late, but I commend you for doing so. And I'm looking forward to helping you with your investment strategy, okay?
Thank you.
All right, take care.